SCP-8206. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The land encompassing SCP-8206 has been purchased by the Foundation and fenced off under the cover story of being a conservation area dedicated to preserving the Sardinian wildcat. The entire area has been fenced in with one gate entry point. This gate is to remain closed, save for a period of time each year ranging from March 21st to June 21st. During this period, the gate is to be attended by at least 2 concealed Foundation personnel. Any persons outside of Foundation personnel who enter the gate and move into SCP-8206 are assumed to be the targets of a Nashita event and are to be tailed by the concealed personnel. As soon as the Nashita event has been resolved, the personnel are to reveal themselves and debrief the subjects. The full debriefing script and parameters can be found in document 8206-H44. The O5 Council has ruled that due to the self-censoring nature of SCP-8206-2 instances, the potential interference of SCP-8206-1, and the low threat level of SCP-8206 in general, allowing the Nashita events to resolve without seizure of the involved persons, and SCP-8206-2 instances has been deemed a lesser risk to the Veil than the potential for a containment breach following such a seizure. Monthly check-ins are to be scheduled with past targets of Nashita events and their related SCP-8206-2 instances. If the subjects indicate a likelihood of reneging on the deal made during the Nashita event, Foundation psychologists are to provide immediate counseling. In extreme cases, amnestics may be applied to subjects in order to remove their memories of the Nashita events. As of August 2nd, 1983, the Foundation aided in the opening of the St. Clair's Protection Orphanage and fostering organization in the town of Farinello, located 9 kilometers from SCP-8206. The frequency of Nashita events following this date have dropped by 79%, with no response from the anomaly. Reclassification to Euclid approved, owing to the decreased activity and the self-censoring aspects of the anomaly. Description: SCP-8206 is a temperate forest located in southwestern Tuscany, Italy. The forest is primarily composed of several local pine species, along with other local flora. Fauna are consistent with the local environment, although it is noted that SCP-8206 demonstrates a higher than average population of several insect species in the Encephera suborder. Periodically, SCP-8206 will undergo a Nashita event if the following conditions have been met. The date falls between March 21st and June 21st. The moon is in a full phase. At least one human adult within a 12-kilometer radius of SCP-8206 both has no living children and desires a child. At least 9 months have passed since the last Nashita event. When a Nashita event begins, the aforementioned human subjects will undergo a series of minor, probabilistic anomalies over the course of 4 to 27 hours that result in them entering SCP-8206. The terrain of SCP-8206 will shift in order to facilitate entry if it is otherwise prevented, primarily through the forest floor spontaneously rising to submerge physical barriers before receding. All current attempts to halt an in-progress Nashita event have been met with failure. After an average of 14 minutes have passed since the subjects entered SCP-8206, they will be approached by SCP-8206-1. Event Log, Nashita Event 15B. Date 5/2/1996. Subject: Agnes Pacelli, 33. Notes: Subject had been married to one Giorno Pacelli for approximately 9 years until his death during a boating accident. When interviewed, the subject disclosed that during this time neither of them had desired a child and had not attempted to conceive one. After her husband's passing, the subject voiced regret towards this decision. SCP-8206-1 is an anomalous entity of unknown origin. SCP-8206-1 stands at an estimated 2.6 meters tall and bears similarities to feline and simian lifeforms. Other primary physical traits include blue pigmentation of skin and fur, bioluminescence, and a human-like face. SCP-8206 is capable of selective tangibility and invisibility, which it uses to avoid capture or detection by persons outside of Nashita events. It is unknown if SCP-8206-1 causes Nashita events, but the entity has been observed to be required for the completion of a Nashita event and the generation of an SCP-8206-2 instance. Once SCP-8206-1 has approached the targets of the event, it will begin to converse with them. The entity primarily displays a relaxed, sardonic personality. Begin log. The subject has entered SCP-8206 in pursuit of her hat, which was blown off by freak winds. She is tailed by Agents Lombardi and Yafai. The subject steps into a clearing within SCP-8206, which her hat lies in the center of. She bends down and retrieves the garment. As she does, SCP-8206-1 fades into visibility on a large tree branch to her left. SCP-8206-1. It's a nice hat. The subject startles and turns around. SCP-8206-1 vanishes before it is seen. A. Pacelli. Hello. The subject reaches into her bag and withdraws a can of pepper spray. She then holds the can in front of her at arm's length, turning around several times to view the clearing. It is noted that the subject is holding the can backwards. Who's there? I have pepper spray. Whoa, I just said it was a nice hat. It is. Who's there? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Where are you? You can't see me. Yet. Oh, come on. Show me some respect. Come out and talk to me face to face. All right, but let me ask you a question, Agnes. How do you... SCP-8206-1 reappears in full view of the subject. Do you believe in fairy tales? The subject gasps and takes a step back. Calm down. I know I'm alarmingly blue, but I mean you no harm. Just the opposite. SCP-8206 jumps down from the tree. The subject startles and raises the can. You're holding the can the wrong way round. The subject shakes her head and rights the can. What are you? Something that wants to give you what you want. Both are silent for a moment. SCP-8206-1 picks a twig from its tail. For free. No soul or blood sacrifice. Or anything. Blood? SCP-8206-1 sighs. Look, I'm here to grant your wish. Would you like a child of your own? Both are silent. What do you mean by that? Exactly what it says on the tin. You wish you had had a child, but you didn't. I can grant that wish. That's impossible. He's gone. I'm not offering to turn back the clock and raise the dead. That is impossible. And I won't lie and say that things will be entirely normal. But these woods can grant you a child of good soul and loving heart. And you said there's no sacrifice? No cost? No more than any child costs to raise. Show me. SCP-8206-1 will offer to create an SCP-8206-2 instance as a gift to the subject. If the subject chooses to accept SCP-8206-1's offer, an instance will be created, and the Nashita event will conclude. SCP-8206-2 instances are humanoid entities resembling human children, composed entirely out of wood. SCP-8206-2 instances are fully animate and sapient, but lack cultural or societal context, and bear thinking skills analogous to children aged 7 to 12. All recorded instances have demonstrated a curious and playful personality, occasionally hampered by their lack of understanding of various aspects of existence. SCP-8206-2 instances also have a mild cognitive effect, causing them to be perceived as non-anomalous human children to any who are unaware of their anomalous nature. A. Pacelli. Oh my god, but... SCP-8206-1 Most will see skin instead of bark. People tend to only see what they expect to see. Even doctors won't find anything amiss. But I'll still see it like this? Yes, as a mother, you'll know.
That's fine.
Good. Now, all that is needed is for me to ask you 3 questions, and for you to give me 3 answers. The subject nods before looking back to the inanimate SCP-8206-2 instance on the ground. First, will you love them, no matter how they grow?
Yes.
The wind begins to blow through the clearing. Second, will you teach them, no matter what they don't know?
Yes.
SCP-8206-1's glow intensifies. The buds adorning the SCP-8206-2 instance begin to bloom. Third and finally, are you certain of those 2 things, now and forever? The subject can be seen twisting her wedding ring on her finger.
Yes.
Then, so be it. The moonlight intensifies in the clearing, slowly taking on a blue tint as the buds of the SCP-8206-2 instance fully bloom. The instance stirs and murmurs in its sleep. The light fades. The subject approaches the instance, kneeling down by it. It is done. The child lives and loves. 2 men will be here shortly, and they will have aid, answers, and possibly warnings for you. The subject picks up the SCP-8206-2 instance as SCP-8206-1 disappears. End log. Following the conclusion of the Nashita event, if at any point the SCP-8206-2 instance would be separated from its adoptive guardian by external forces, or obstacles for an extended period of time, SCP-8206-1 will begin manifesting outside the bounds of SCP-8206 and attempt to reunite them. It accomplishes this goal by means of luring away or disabling captors, sabotaging physical obstacles, or simply providing guidance to SCP-8206-2 instances. Video log 8206-G-43. Date 10/14/1996. Notes: the subject SCP-8206-2-15B Giorno Pacelli strayed from the group of non-anomalous children it was with during a school outing to a local beach. It trespassed onto the local marina, where it encountered a storage shed and became stuck when a worker closed and locked the door, which had been left ajar. All footage was recovered from a nearby security camera. Begin log. A metal storage shed can be seen in the corner of the camera's view. The SCP-8206-2 instance can be faintly heard humming from inside. 2-15B. Humming sing-song. The sea is blue, the sky is blue, a bucket is blue, a whale is blue. Blue paint is blue. The instance pauses before resuming. The sky is more blue. The sea is not so blue. SCP-8206-1 appears outside the shed. It listens briefly before sticking its head through the door. Hello, Giorno. How blue am I?
More than a bucket.
There is a brief pause.
Who are you?
I'm your helper. Your mother knows me, and so do the special doctors that visit you. Now then, can you get out of here?
Yeah, I got in.
Really? I hadn't noticed, but getting in is not always the same as getting out. You see, Giorno, the door is closed now, and you can't just push it open.
Why not?
Because that's how the door works. Go ahead and try it. The conversation pauses. Sounds of exertion can be heard, and the door of the shed flexes outwards slightly.
Oh, it doesn't open.
Indeed. Now, do you see the handle on the inside of the door?
Yes. Why?
To get out of the shed.
Oh.
Now then, I see the handle is too far up for you. Whatever shall we do? Agitated.
I don't know.
Hey, calm down now, calm down. I'll tell you what. Look here. I'll just grab the handle for you. See? Now the door can open.
Oh. Okay.
Now, can you push it open for us, Giorno? The door opens, passing through SCP-8206-1 as it does so. Instance 2-15B is revealed and steps out of the shed. Good. Now go run back to your class. You're not supposed to be here, after all.
Oh no!
The instance begins running away back towards the beach, loudly repeating, "Oh no!" As it does so, SCP-8206-1, standing on its hind legs, watches it go before sighing. Almost half a year. Should have developed more. Best not assume. She still could come around. SCP-8206-1 vanishes, revealing the interior of the shed. Visible in the shed is a large blue plastic bucket and a stepladder. End log. If at any point a subject of a past Nashta event attempts to renege upon the deal made with SCP-8206-1, or otherwise cede guardianship of an SCP-8206-2 instance, SCP-8206-1 will again appear before them. At this point, a reverse Nashta event is considered underway. Event log R-Nashta event 15B. Date 3/27/1997. Subject Agnes Pacelli, 34. Notes: the corresponding Nashta event occurred approximately 11 months prior, during their period of guardianship of the SCP-8206-2 instance. The subject was noted to begin demonstrating disinterest in their ward and signs of depression. Foundation psychologists provided therapeutic sessions and antidepressants, to no effect. Begin log. The subject has re-entered SCP-8206, bypassing the fence and gate due to SCP-8206's terrain shifts and accompanying probabilistic anomalies. She enters the same clearing where the associated Nashta event took place. SCP-8206-2 instance 15B has been attempting to follow, but was quickly outpaced. Agent Yafai intercepted the entity and began relocating it to a safe area, while Agent Lombardi continued in pursuit of the subject, hindered by terrain shifts.
Come out here. You come out here right now.
SCP-8206-1 begins speaking in response. The entity has not yet made itself visible. There's no need to shout.
You!
The subject quickly turns to look around the clearing. Oh, right. You have some insistence that things be conducted face to face. SCP-8206-1 appears in front of the subject. Now, are you going to explain to me why you've come into this nice forest raising hell?
You know why I'm here, you liar. I've come to return your gift.
Both are silent for a moment. The wind blows through the clearing. I see.
I knew it was too good to be true, but I was desperate. That's probably why you picked me, right? But that thing is not the child I was promised. It's all wrong.
I gave you exactly what I promised, and exactly what you agreed to.
I agreed to a child. A human child.
The wooden body didn't seem to bother you enough to dissuade you on that first moonlit night.
Stop playing dumb. You know what I'm talking about. It's like an alien. It doesn't act right. It won't learn. It causes mayhem. It's not a child. It's just something else that looks like one.
Giorno is perfectly fine and healthy. You promised to teach him all that he does not know. Surely the men that guard these woods warned you what can happen if you go back on your word here.
I didn't do anything wrong here. You're the one who didn't hold up your end of the bargain.
You truly believe then, don't you, Agnes? SCP-8206-1's glow intensifies. The trees surrounding the clearing begin to uproot themselves and locomote, closing in the form of a barrier. The wind continues to pick up speed. Fine then. I'll take him back. The boy doesn't deserve you.
That's what I've been saying.
No, Agnes. It isn't. The security camera's lens is covered by branches of the tree it is mounted in as it moves, and the video signal is lost. During a reverse Nashta event, all forms of image or video recording within SCP-8206 do not function. Persons other than the subjects are unharmed, but experience terrain shifts that prevent them from leaving the forest or reaching the subjects. It is currently unknown what transpires regarding SCP-8206-1 and the subjects during the reverse Nashta event. However, to date, No subjects have been recovered after the conclusion of the event. The event concludes with SCP-8206-1 appearing before the relevant SCP-8206-2 instance, guiding it back towards SCP-8206. Video resumes. The clearing is empty. Relevant footage resumes from the helmet camera of Agent Yafai. SCP-8206-2 instance 15B can be seen curled up on the ground, holding its head and crying.
Mama, Mama, please, what did I do? What did I do wrong?
Listen, Giorno, was it?
I need you to come with me. We'll get you to a safe place before...
SCP-8206-1 appears in front of Yafai, standing over the other entity.
Bastard.
Rude. Interradio.
Command, this is Yafai. The -1 has appeared in front of me. What's the move?
SCP-8206-1 touches the SCP-8206-2 instance on the head with one of its forelimbs. The instance immediately falls asleep. Command. Over radio.
Yafai, this is Command. Do not physically engage. See if you can get anything out of it about the missing subjects.
She was a shitty parent, but none of them deserve whatever it is you do to them. Oh, all that happens to them is the same as what they did to the children.
Care to explain?
She could not see Giorno for what he was, so now none will see her for what she is. Now, off with you. I must tend to the child.
Over radio.
Regroup for now.
Yafai backs away, maintaining visual on the entities. Before he moves out of range, SCP-8206-1 can be seen touching the SCP-8206-2 instance again. The instance jerks upright while remaining unconscious. Its legs twist around each other and merge as its toes elongate and dig into the soil as roots. The entity's entire body stretches upwards as its arms begin to repeatedly bifurcate into branches. The head sinks into the shoulders and becomes flush with the torso, save for the nose, which grows into an additional branch. When the transformation is complete, the entity is indistinguishable from a non-anomalous tree specimen. A small trail of sap leaks from one knothole. SCP-8206-1.
One of these days, we'll find you all a home.
End log.